219! 219!
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.
That's how it happens. We are going live right now with Forward Progress.
We needed 3 minutes, dude.
3 minutes. We hadn't even posted today's episode, but right now we are live, so we're tacking this on. The Chicago Bears have made a pick swap with the Cleveland Browns. The Bears are sending a 6th-round pick to Cleveland. They're getting back a 7th and defensive end Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. This is in large part because of the loss of Dayo Odengbo that we did discuss.
We discussed, and I said if they were going to do anything, nothing higher than a 5.
Well, they didn't lose a pick.
Right. So
all they did was swap
picks. So it's fine.
All they did was, if I'm a me too.
Added a body, and they swapped picks. They went from 6 to 7.
That's all
and
they did.
Added a body.
And if you look at the overall difference between 6s and 7s, there isn't that much of a difference. And the body that they got is a former first-round pick in Tryon-Shoyinka. He was 32nd overall, first-round pick of the Buccaneers in 2021, and frankly has not worked out. He was on the Cleveland Browns, as mentioned, and he played in 8 games. He was credited this year with 5 solo tackles. And in other seasons, he started 6 games for the Bucs in 21, started 16 in 22, started 12 in 23, and 11 in 24. He has 15 career sacks, seasons up through this year of 4, 4, 5, and 2. He certainly looks the part. He obviously has the pedigree as a first-round pick out of University of Washington.
This guy's probably better than the guy who's hurt. People are commenting.
People are already there?
Yes.
Look, if you subscribed and you got the alert and you're here live with us, hi.
Hi there. Yeah, so we just finished recording Forward Progress. And, I mean, you literally stood up from your chair and it was like, oh, all right, here we go. Bears made a move. I'm like, all right, well, let's go live. Let's just get it going and talk about this. So tell us once again, the Bears, so they trade a 6th-round pick to Cleveland for a 7th-round pick and
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, 6'5", 260, a 32nd overall first-round pick of the Buccaneers in 2021, who has underwhelmed. But it's a pedigree bet.
Yeah, and as we were talking about in Forward Progress, I didn't want to lose anything higher than a 5th-round pick. They didn't lose a pick, so they kept me happy there. They added a body. We talked about promoting someone from the practice squad or looking around the league and signing a guy to their 53-man roster off someone else's practice squad.
Same thing.
Now you got a body.
It's essentially
you got a body, and you made a 6 into a 7. You added a guy.
It's essentially the same thing, and it may just be that you've got somebody in your pro personnel department who was all over this guy coming out of college, and maybe you think that in this system he's a better fit, or the change of scenery argument. No matter what, it's depth that is going to prevent you from dipping onto your own practice squad. You've got an established NFL rostered player on your team.
Yeah, and if he's a guy that can take 20 to 25% of the snaps and be a guy who's got NFL experience, you're not, again, with the injury, you're not losing some multi-digit sack guy.
Nope.
And maybe he plays the run really well. Maybe that's where you add that strength and you do a combination of he and Austin Booker. And Booker goes after the quarterback. Again, I like it. Again, I don't want to say that I have no idea who this guy was before this trade was made. But I like what they did to address a situation without overreacting.
And there's a little bit of upside play for a guy who's 26 years old.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we were just talking about quarterbacks, how a change of scenery and a new message, how that can impact someone. And maybe he comes out and he has a spectacular final, 8 for him. Maybe he plays so well for these next 8 games or 9 games. And the move looks great.
Or he's just a roster guy who
he's a body
and he's a special teams player.
Great, whatever. It's fine. It's a good move.
Okay.
A good move that it wasn't overreaction to something that you didn't really lose.
Thank you for joining us for this special live addendum of Forward Progress, brought to you by Beer Church Brewing, New Buffalo's brewery, pizzeria, and a historic church, wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, small batch craft beer, brunch every day. Visit beerchurchbrewing.com.
Yeah, this is Phil, 23-45. Most defenses would suck if they lost their two best players in the secondary. Yeah, and look at the Bears. Their numbers aren't good, but they're 5-3. And they're leading the league in takeaways.
Okay, then let's just say the fact that they made a move of any kind, the fact that this was done, maybe sends a message internally. Maybe it tells this roster, hey, max it out. Go ahead. We're not going to put a limit on what you're going to do. You need help? We're going to get you help.
Yeah.
So it's not for us necessarily. Maybe a small thing like a pick swap is enough to tell the rest of the team that you're invested in what they're doing and proud of what they're doing from the top down.
Yeah, and there's a question here from one of the listeners. Why not take a bigger swing? I can appreciate the question.
Bigger
and
cost.
Understand where you're coming from it. And we played Ben Johnson's comments from yesterday. Listen to what he said here.
With the voice that you have in terms of personnel, how do you weigh the pressing needs versus protecting those future assets that you need to build something long-term here?
Those are always great questions. Ryan and I have a constant dialogue on players that might be available. We talk nonstop about this, and we've been doing it for a while now. And so he's doing, like I said, all of his due diligence and making sure we look at everyone that could be available and that could help this football team in the here and the now, and also have in the back of our head what the ramifications of that also are, and the consequences when you give up capital, whether it's players or draft picks, what that does to your roster in the long term. So it is a balancing act, but it's one that I think we have a really good process and a lot of communication on.
There you go. And we heard that and said they're not making some significant move.
And they didn't.
They made a move to address a situation that was created by injury, and they didn't overreact. And I think it's an appropriate move for what they lost.
I've got no issue with it, and I hope that Mr. Tryon-Shoyinka has a banner Bears career.
Yeah, we hope so, or at least a great 9 games.
That's fine, too.
All right, are we done? Should we just keep talking? Do you want to have lunch and let people watch us eat lunch?
Go to Protein Bar and Kitchen?
And just come back here and just eat on camera and people can watch us eat?
No, because here's why.
Okay.
I got to get home. I got to work out. I've got to shower and change clothes.
Thank you, by the way, for showering.
You're welcome. And then we're going to do Organizations Win Championships. And immediately after that, I'm going to cover the Bulls game. It's going to be the first time 312 Sports is going to be represented in the media horde. So I'm going to be there. I'll say hi to Billy Donovan on behalf of 312 Sports.
All right. Thanks for joining us. And,
hey. I'm here. I didn't join you.
No, I'm talking to our listeners.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us and being here live with us. This is fun.
It is.
Thank you. We'll do it again soon, even when there's not breaking news.
Okay. Just tell me if we're on live.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Just try to let me know.
Just be an empty chair and me.
Just try to let me know so I don't do anything untoward.
I don't know where Dan went.
Well, no, I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything I can't edit out.
Oh yeah, because why? I don't know why you're taking your shirt off while we're recording.
It's in honor of the Louisiana governor.
Okay. Yeah, and the snapping turtle. Get it out of here. Yes, all right, thanks.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abatacola on 312 Sports.